Imagine you're a fisherman in the icy waters of northern Norway in the 1930s. You cast your nets, haul in cod, and suddenly, a British trawler is right next to you, pulling in fish that you thought were yours. Who gets to fish here? Whose waters are these? That exact question took the United Kingdom and Norway all the way to the world's highest court, the International Court of Justice, in one of the most famous cases in international law, the anglo-norwegian fisheries case. Let's dive in. Here's the problem. Norway's coastline isn't your neat sandy beach. It's a crazy labyrinth of fjords, islands, reefs, and rocks stretching into the Arctic. In 1935, Norway issued a royal decree saying, "Our territorial waters will be measured from straight lines connecting these outermost points on the coast and islands." This system, called straight baselines, created a big area of water where only Norwegians could fish. But Britain wasn't having it. British trawlers had been fishing there for years. The UK argued Norway's baselines were unfair and illegal under international law. For them, Norway had basically grabbed parts of the high seas. So the case went to the International Court of Justice in The Hague in 1949. The legal questions boiled down to, was Norway's method of drawing straight baselines legitimate under international law? And were the actual baselines chosen in 1935 fair and reasonable? The UK wanted the court to say, "Nope, Norway, you went too far." Norway said, "Look, our coast is unique. Straight baselines are the only way to make sense of it. Plus, we've been doing this for centuries and no one really objected before." In 1951, the court delivered its verdict. And guess what? Norway won. The court said, straight baselines were valid in special geographical circumstances like Norway's fjord-filled coast. Norway's 1935 decree wasn't contrary to international law. And sorry, Britain, no compensation for your trawlers. The court highlighted that Norway's practice had been consistent, well-known, and basically accepted by other countries through silence. That concept is called acquiescence. If you don't protest, you kind of accept it. This case is a milestone in the law of the sea. It clarified when and how countries can use straight baselines to define their waters. Later, these ideas were woven into the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. Even today, when countries argue about islands, rocks, and who controls what part of the ocean, lawyers pull out the fisheries case. Think of disputes in the Arctic or even the South China Sea. The principles echo here. So, Norway's little fishing decree in 1935 ended up shaping global ocean law. So what can we learn from the anglo-norwegian fisheries case? Geography matters. Law has to adapt to coastlines that don't look like straight rulers. Silence is powerful. If you don't protest another country's practice, it might become accepted. And finally, international law isn't just about treaties and texts. It's about history, custom, and how states behave. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more stories where law meets real-life drama. Next time you eat Norwegian cod, remember, there's a whole ICJ case behind that fish. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.